and the Federal Reserve and the central banks. And the end game, a big state, surveillance state things on us, is ultimately going to be through a central. Once you have every transaction instantaneously available to them, as the Big New Brzezinski technocracy back in the early 1970s, when he said, we're between two ages right now. And this is what it's going to control, to paraphrase what he had to say. And so a digital bank currency, digital currency, central bank digital currency, is going to be the ultimate control aspect. Now, we've talked for a long time, and I like Rand Paul's call to audit the Fed. And here's very dodgy insider trading. You've had two regional Fed presidents, Eric Rosengren of Boston and Robert Kaplan of Dallas. Both had to resign after people started questioning their insider trading. And what is happening with, when we talk about insider trading, why is that an issue? Why did they come after Martha Stewart, right? Martha Stewart didn't run a company. They just said that she had some inside information about what was going to happen with a company, good or bad. You could make money off of that, stock going up or down. She was not convicted of that. She was convicted of the FBI after they started snooping around. So there was no crime there. They invented a crime. They entrapped her. Nevertheless, we have people like Nancy Pelosi and these Federal Reserve bankers who are manipulating the marketplace. Held company. They knew that there was going to be some good news or some bad news, and they start doing insider trading and telling their friends and relatives about that kind of stuff so they can make money, and then they release the information. And the same thing is happening with members of Congress. Nancy Pelosi is famous for that. They had the Pelosi Act. Eventually, official name was a Stock Act, so it's supposed to stop insider trading by Congress. But of course, it was just a head. And what little bit there was eviscerated a few months later after the press went away. 60 Minutes was actually doing real journalism. I can't imagine 60 Minutes calling out Nancy Pelosi today or any other Democrat for that kind of insider trading. But you even had recently a Twitter account that just so you would know what to buy and sell. And they shut them down as well. But this is, we've had two regional Fed presidents, and now number two behind Powell. He's the vice chair. His name is Clarida, I pronounce Vice Chair Richard Clarida, let's say, announced yesterday that he'll be leaving his post within a few weeks. With just a few weeks left on his term. He would be out at the end of this month, January 31st. So this is about 3 weeks early. They are desperate to get this guy out of there. Because, we talk about auditing the Fed. He is Exhibit A. Exhibit B would be Eric Rosengren, and Exhibit C would be Robert Kaplan. Or you could put them in any interchangeable order that you wish. But they're all reasons why we should be auditing this corrupt Federal Reserve. So Federal Reserve Vice Chair Richard Clarida is leaving amid revelations regarding his trading of stock funds. The move comes following additional disclosures regarding his trades that were made in February of 2020. Remember, 670 days ago, in the middle of March, the Ides of March, was when Trump did his emergency declaration. So, a little bit more than a month before that, they started making the trades. Fed Chairman Jerome Powell said in a statement, "I will miss his wise counsel and vital insights, and also his stock tips." He didn't say that last bit. I said that last bit. But, he knows just as well as this other guy what's going on. as well as all three of these Fed criminals. Claretta's exit comes amid heightened security over what he had described as a pre-planned portfolio rebalancing. So if you plan to rob a bank, they catch you. Just call it, I was going to just rearrange my portfolio, and yours, by the way. I'm just going to take some of your stuff and make it mine. It's called bank robbery, except in this particular case, it's the bankers who are the robbers. So he wanted to rebalance his portfolio on February the 27th. However, recent disclosures, first reported by the New York Times, showed that 3 days earlier, Claretta sold shares in 3 stock funds that he would then repurchase on the 27th. Markets dropped on February the 24th amid worries that the spreading coronavirus could cause substantial economic damage. So he gets out before the market drops. He gets out on February the 24th, the day that the market drops. Then together to discuss what policy moves they might take to combat what eventually would become a full-blown pandemic. Within weeks, they decided that meeting on the 26th that the Fed would cut its benchmark interest rate to 0, and it would institute an unprecedented array of lending and liquidity programs to help the economy and financial markets function. So they decide they're going to cut interest rates to 0. So he gets out, before everything crashes. Then they decide on the 26th they're going to cut interest rates to 0. So he jumps back in, knowing this stuff is going to go up. But he was just rebalancing his portfolio, right? So where's the FBI? They came after Martha Stewart. She didn't do any insider trading. This guy did. Where's the FBI on this? I'm serious. Where is the FBI? Oh, they're not going to do anything about this, are they? We're not even auditing them, and these guys' crimes are all over the front pages. You don't have to look too hard to find out where the criminals are in the Federal Reserve, do you? Claretta's announcement did not mention anything about the controversy. When he said, I'm going to get out of here now so that we can tap this down. My only thing is I want to know what Claretta's invested in now. Can somebody set up a Twitter account to follow his investments like they did Pelosi's husband? The common man. They created Common Core to dumb down our children. They created Common Pass to track and control us. Their Commons Project to make sure the commoners own nothing. And the communist future. They see the common man as simple, unsophisticated, ordinary. But each of us has worth and dignity created in the image of God. That is what we have in common. That is what they want to take away. Their most powerful weapons are isolation, deception, intimidation. They desire to know everything about us while they hide everything from us. It's time to turn that around and expose what they want to hide. Please share the information and links you'll find at thedavidknightshow.com. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing. If you can't support us financially, please keep us in your prayers. thedavidknightshow.com.